This is Candace Roulo coming live from Comfortech 2014 in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm here with Alana Ward, President of Bagget Heating and Cooling, and Jim Hinshaw, President of SIP. Alana, when did you start working at Bagget Heating and Cooling?
I came to work, this was my father's company, so I came to work for him in 2001, actually, just right after I graduated from college. And then in 2002, I became the general manager, because that's what nepotism will get for you, and became the owner in 2006 and have owned the company since then.
Great. What would you tell women graduating from high school or even college about the mechanical contracting industry?
I would say that it's definitely something that I didn't think about. As a matter of fact, the day I graduated from college, I wasn't even thinking about it. And my father owned a company. Even if it's not mechanical or HVAC company involvement, even just small business ownership, thinking outside of the box of typical female roles that or jobs that we fall into to kind of get out of your comfort zone, because that's probably when you're going to find something that you might love, because I'm where I'm supposed to be. Even though this wasn't my thought, this was where I was supposed to end up. And it's interesting, and you will never imagine yourself having a conversation with your friends about BTUs and tons of air conditioning and things like that. But that's just one of the facets of my job as an owner. Of course, I'm involved in the financial side of the business, the HR part of the business, the marketing part of the business. So I can say after 13 years, if for some reason I couldn't do this job anymore, I don't know of a job that I couldn't do because of all the experience I've gotten from doing this job. So be open to it. Look in places that you wouldn't otherwise think to look, and you just never know what you might find.
Thank you, Alana. And Jim,
Yes.
in this present day, what do you think are the top skills that contractors should have to run a successful business?
Well, they're similar to other skills needed in almost any industry. You got to have the ability to plan ahead. And I don't mean 5 o'clock on Friday. I mean months ahead, years ahead in some cases. You need to have a business model that says, yeah, I'm going to return to the owners a certain portion of the equity and a style of living that enables them to have real vacations and have a retirement plan, things like that. So this industry is very, very exciting. You get instant gratification. When you walk into a home, they've got no heat. You walk out the next day, the furnace is working, they're thrilled. So it's a very exciting dynamic, and I would encourage anybody that has any idea at all of, well, maybe we should try something different. This is different. This is a great package for a male or a female. I'm especially proud to be working with Alana because she is a woman that stepped into a role almost by accident. And did a marvelous job and is doing a marvelous job today. Did that answer your question? Good.
Yes, it did. Thank you for the information. Regarding social media and marketing, what do you think contractors should be doing today?
Everything. You got to be where the customers are. And so you got to have a presence on the website. You got to have a dynamic website, not just a billboard that's static and sitting there. You got to do social media. And I know people talk about Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all that. That's customers are there and they're looking at those models today. So you got to be engaged in that. You got to be careful with that because there's some areas where you can get too much information out there and that can be used against you. But what we find in the marketplace is there's business to be had using social media. We are seeing other traditional forms of advertising. We talked about this earlier. It doesn't have the return that it always did. Not to say you shouldn't be doing direct mail or something else, but to depend your business on that model today, I think would be a mistake. You got to have a blend. You got to have a mix. And wherever the consumer is, that's where you got to be. So
That makes sense, Jim. Thanks for sharing the information with us, and thank you, Alana, too, for taking time out and talking with us. And I'll look forward to your presentation later today.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.